Hey everyone, Cruisnick X back with more Final Fantasy XIV. We're back behind the controls of Vapa Noon, who is right now in Diablo's server. So unfortunately, I can't really do anything about him until next week, or for another 2 or 3 days. But when we left off, we had just finished our leveling to level 5. We've had him in there for quite a while, but we are going to raid his inventory of a few things. But we'll first talk to the Guildmaster. Vapa, you approach me with a marauder's strides, undetermined, unswerving, and bereft of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased. The time has come for you to begin a new stage in your training. Now, what sets the axe aside from the gladius or the dagger? It is the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought by its thick, heavy blade. And that overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus we come to the core of this day's lesson. Such strength as a marauder must possess is developed. Such strength as a marauder must possess is developed through a traditional method passed down through generations of the guild. A method that you too shall be taught to employ. Present yourself to Broenbop in the practice area downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. Alright, while we go downstairs, the Axe-Master told me you'd be on your way. Me name's Broenbop. Good it is to meet a new marauder. Now, we axe wielders build strength and control by splitting boulders. That's right, a traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But you can't just use any old swing. You need to hit the rock just so. Rodgeim, my fellow marauder, is waiting just outside the Zephyr Gate, by the bridge over the Rogue River. She'll tell ye how it's done. Fine by me. And there we go. But while we're at it, we are going to do a little We are going to give a little brutality to the local flora and fauna here, in the form of killing the hunting log. Oh, that was easy. I forgot I had...
Greetings, lad. Ready to split some stone, are we? I've 3 nice hard rocks for you to build up a sweat on. Don't try nothing fancy now. Just hit 'em with a good, solid, heavy swing.
Hey, while we're here, might as well take out a few of them. Get them out of the way. Come on, one more. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, who's messaging me?
My friend Cassie always forgets.
That's the way to do it, lad. Now you've got the idea. Why don't you take it up a notch and use your skull sunder to break up a few more? Aye, I can see you're a natural. My head's still ringing with the sound of cracking boulders. Take yourself back to Axemaster Hunzoin and let him know you're ready for something harder.
Fine by me. Ethernet and Marauders Guild.
Has the training loosened your muscles and focused your mind, Vapa? An urgent request for help has arrived from the Red Rooster's stead, and I've chosen you to respond. It appears a hostile group of megalocrabs has unwittingly elected itself in the next test of your prowess. As this is your first outing on official marauder duty, you shall be accompanied by a veteran conjurer by the name of Sokwid. She awaits you on the floor below. May devastation follow in your wake.
Aye, Vapa, I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous tasks. I suppose Wunzoin expects me to give you the details, then? Very well. It seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalocrab nest near the Morning Widow in Lower Noscea. I shall trust you to find your own way there. Just don't forget your axe.
Lower Noscea. That's... Oh, okay. Wait. Wait, don't I already have Lower... No, that's Middle Noscea. I need Lower Noscea, so... Off to the Aethernet and Tempest Gate. Oh, yeah, that's right. This thing. Fuck, I forgot about that. The long walk to Red Rooster's Stead. I do have my... Okay, yes. Making sure. Might as well slay some Aurelias, seeing it's out here.
Alright, rookie.
And there's Fracture, my damage per second. Oh. Whoops. I went a little too far. I kind of overshot there. He said it was in the direction of Red Rooster's Stead, so I was like, I might as well walk all the way over there. Then I realized, oh, that's right. No. No.
Looks as if nobody's home. Mayhap they knew we were coming.
Aid! I need aid!
Please, it's my grandson. Them sniffers have got him. I told Sigon not to get too close. I told him. Get that weapon ready, Vapa. We need to move, now.
Hello?
Hey,
What's up?
how you doing?
Just hanging at home right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak up, man. Speak up.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm in the middle of something on a game.
I just fucking understood. So Nana's not there, nobody's there?
Nope, and Mom's sleeping.
Oh yeah, I know that. I told you earlier.
Yeah.
But when do you need the car? Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Alright, I'm gonna come by in a little bit. I already told Mom earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna give me an insurance card, and I'm gonna write out a bill of sale, and I'll tell you what to say. Like I did.
Why don't you just write out the whole thing and just have me sign it?
I am, but I gotta give it to you.
Oh.
What are you gonna do if you get the fuck driving with it, and I got it?
Alright. Alright.
So it wasn't both jobs.
Yep.
Alright. I'll see you in a little bit. What I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you answer your phone because I keep getting locked out.
Yep.
Alright, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
We have someone. Ooh, that was close.
Thank you, mister. I thought I was dead for sure. I can't even play outside no more. What with all these scary monsters about? Me ma and me da. They was both killed by some nasty bugger not so long ago. An ox big as a mountain. But I bet you could beat it. Aye, make it pay for what it did to me folks. You take it easy now, son. There's a whole guild full of strapping lads and lasses like Vapa here who will be glad to do just that. All you need to do is head home with your grandpa. Let us worry about that big nasty bugger. Consider your first duty a success, Vapa. It's time you headed back as well, before Enzoin begins to worry I've left your corpse for the crabs.
Yeah, well, we gotta go back to Limsa the old-fashioned way. Running. Because I'm not wasting gil on a frickin'...
So you shuttered the shells of the megalo crabs and saved the life of a child into the bargain. Thus does our void-sent violent craft prove its merit. Well done, Vapa. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it is unusual for such crabs to be found so near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding grounds by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is a known terror in the lands of Noscea, ever seeking to expand its territory. And that boy's parents were but two of the many victims to fall to its rampages. It is a threat that must be dealt with ere long. Do thoughts of vengeance flit through your mind, Vapa? Nurture those urges, but do not yet act upon them. This monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. If you would answer the lad's cry for revenge, then you must grow stronger. Become the raging behemoth this challenge demands.
Alright, so we got a new axe. And not a withered one. New cuirass. Looking good. Gotta head back to Middle of Noscea. Yeah, what the hell. We'll use an Aetheryte ticket just to save Gil. Right, where's the shop around here? There he is. Merchant and Mender. Alright, let's get ourselves a leather eye patch. Shit. Thank the 12 for that. Alright. Armory chest. Oh wait, we need that. I wish they had they gave you a choice of what color you wanted.
Let's have a look at you, shall we? Oh, as long as you're this well covered, I won't feel any guilt throwing you to the sharks. Erstwhile buccaneers are an ornery lot. They rage in love for the sea, and care little for the laws of the land. But they respect strength, and by the look of you, I'd say you'll have little trouble getting their attention. Ah, Noon. That aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since last we met. I hope I've read you aright, for I've a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Good to hear, and I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa, as if plucked from the face of Hydaelyn, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen. But it seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure-tattooed faces have been creeping up to the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times, but the farmhands are convinced that the kidnappers of Ruma come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it, which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. 'Tis a struggle to get 'em to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where you come in. Would you be willing to investigate those tattooed thugs for me? Good lad. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin by having a look around Sisong Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful, though, Noon. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, all right? Jump the fence. Here we are. Ooh, boggies. Oh, come on, quit missing. There we go. And look at that, level 7. What do I get? Nothing, as usual. You're about to enter an instant battle, blah, blah, fucking blah. Let's go. We've only got a short amount of time before I have to go wake up the mother.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone. Such words well describe the manner in which the citizens of Limsa Lominsa live their lives. It is both a litany against misfortune for those out on the waves, and a prayer that the souls of those who perish on land might find their way back to the sea. Ah, you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not. As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor Nor is it a coincidence that the two of us should come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked. But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Alright, works for me. Let's kill some shit.
I sense something awry with this creature. Be on your guard. Where? The disruption of Aether draws others to the fray.
LOL sleeps down.
Still hanging out with us, eh, World and Ashes?
Keep your focus on the battle. Leave the tending of wounds to me.
Oh yeah, now you cast Stone Skin on me, bitch. Oh, Jip.
More unwelcome visitors. Slay them quickly, lest we be overwhelmed. The creature falters. Press the attack and the battle will soon be won.
Duty complete. And now we deal with the same song and dance we've been dealing with the last the last two times. And there's the crystal. You walk up, you find it, you walk up to it. You check it out, it floats up, and then you pass out. And during it all, you trip balls. And then falling of shit.
Crystal Bearer.
And we look around, we blah blah blah. I am getting bored with this.
I am hiding. All made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it has since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Pull your sleeves back up, you look cooler.
Funny. I'm really getting sick and tired of this frickin' scene. I am so glad we're done with this scene after this video. Then I don't have to look at it for at least another few weeks.
My child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Finally. Got rid of that scene. And we're awake.
Awake again.
Few weeks YLLL. LOL.
The poor creature's fury was kindled with cruel forethought. See this blade? I found it in the Gubu's back. I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring men of some persuasion, piratical being the most probable. In any event, you seem much recovered from your sudden affliction. I confess, I was rather taken aback when you collapsed at the very moment of our victory. Mayhap a surfeit of ether?
No. Just tripping balls.
A towering crystal? I'm sure I don't. Oh! Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations. I must continue my investigation. In the meantime, I suggest you deliver this knife to your patron, along with a warning concerning the pirate's probable involvement in this murky business. The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
May they indeed. Alright, let's head back to Summerford. And quickly, too, I've only got 7 minutes before I have to wake up my damn mother.
What would you do if you had super strength?
Oh, super strength. That'd be easy. First of all, wait, super strength? How? How? Like Superman super strength or like Shizuo Heiwajima super strength? because there's a difference. There's superpowers born of. See, in my eyes, there's If I had Superman's super strength, then I'd probably be lifting a lot more. Probably I don't know. The first thing I'd have to do is probably bash a wall in. Second thing I'd do is I'd probably enter the Olympics. That'd probably be my best guess.
LOL. They lift 3.
Actually, no. That's the weird thing. I don't really do much in terms of exercising. All this muscle comes is from working where I work and lugging ice buckets every morning. Well, almost every morning. Anyway, back to the cutscene. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? Aye. I'd agree that such a knife would be part of my seafaring man's kit. I'm starting to think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are, they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep, and said a mad and goo-boo about you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to their numbers of late. I'd best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto. A woman with a strange contraption. Ah, Ishtola. She's been in Limsa a good while now. Her studies of the ether often bring her about to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You may take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate pasts. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Noon. If it weren't for the efforts of stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse state than it is. Just you keep lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa the brighter future she deserves. I'm gonna take the potions just for the hell of it. And we've achieved Storyteller. Next. That's Ceaseless Severin and his lot.
Super strength.
Never around when there's work to be done. I'd sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done, but then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know that Stelvern would like a word, and don't take no for an answer. Oh, great, I gotta find these fuckers? You guys are dicks. Dicks! Wait a minute. Oh, fuck, they're all the way out there. Why all the running? Why couldn't they just be around the bend? Alright, I unfortunately can't complete this quest right now, but I will be back. I'm gonna...
LOL, if I had super strength, I'd wear a muscle shirt 247.
Yeah, I'd probably wear a muscle shirt too, but... I think the best thing about it would be to... I think the best thing would be to rip out freaking like telephone poles and whatnot. Just get for people who fuck with me. But anyways, I digress. I've gotta take a short break to wake up my mother. I will be back in a few. I just gotta hurry along here because, you know, reasons. I'll be back in a bit. 5-10 minutes tops. I'm not gonna turn off the stream though, so I shall return. Ow, ow, ow. Why is my knee buckling again? That was quick. Well, that was quick and short-lived. Okay, I'm back. Didn't take as long as I had hoped. Well, didn't take as long as I thought it would take. Usually my mother's a lot more, how you say, annoying. Anyways, continuing where we left off. Man, these guys are lazy and assholes. I love Oreos.
That was quick.
Yeah, I know. Though I'm glad it was quick. Knowing my mother, she usually has me for frickin' more than 5 minutes. That only took 2. Told me to wake her up at 4:30, so I've got an hour and a half to blow. Alright, the last fucker should be right up. There he is. Boop. I love Oreos.
LOL, how about if you had super elasticity and super strength at the same time?
I'd probably be like One Punch Man or some shit. I'd be like One Punch Man and Mr. Fantastic at the same time. That was good.
You continue to impress, lad. All but Severin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours he squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. But rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong.
Let's see what this guy's on about.
Blast. How's a botanist supposed to accomplish field work without a field to work in? Washed up pirates are well and good when you want a field pillaged and plundered, but not when you need it plowed. A lone horticulturalist, such as myself, hardly strikes fear in the hearts of monsters. But your gauge is such that I believe you might. I'd be much obliged if you could rid the field of some mandragoras. With 5 fewer of the sproutling critters roaming about, I'm sure I could return to my work.
Just advanced to Krusnik X level 2.
Oh, look at that. World Nashes, you just achieved an achievement. I forgot to mention, every time you guys watch this show, you're getting more Krusnik coins with every minute you watch. In fact, I think I have it set to some insane amount that...
LOL Krusnik delay bicep flex 3.
And 5. And that's the end of that. Can't wait till I'm finally out of this server and back in Lamia.
How about that? You've already done more than that whole lot of slothful sea slugs combined. Yet they only spent half as much time proving their worth as they do talking about it.
And I've got Bloodbath, which...
It pains me to say, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, but then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I am full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that were happening right now. Not a bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, Nun. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth.
Alright, I need my emotes. Where is Doubt? Doubt. Dang it, sometimes I hate this UI. Well, there we go. Doubt, there it is. Hook it to there. And now to find that asshole Severin.
Excuse me!
Jesus Christ, he's that far out? Oh, look at that, 5 viewers. There the bastard is.
What's this now? Stalvan sent you for the oranges? Huh. So the old bugger had known all this time. Ugh. What does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, right? Go rescue me mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire.
Why the fuck should I do that? Huh? I should leave him to rot. Alright, let's see what Severin has to say now. Bastard left his mates to rot.
You saved me mates, and for that I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. But a pirate knows no shame. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack 'cause I like the cut of your jib.
I missed like the last part of it, but oh well. Oh, more running that way.
Look. What have we here? A delivery from Summerford Farms, and it's scheduled. Huh! There's a first time for everything. Well, look at that. Not a single one missing either. But the only things not here are those bagmen, and I don't miss them one bit. Here's Stallman's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. I might as well run all the way, because I'm not frickin'... I'm not wasting my hard-earned gil on frickin'
teleport if I can help it. And such so that I can also... Whoa, whoops! Wrong button. And delete from hotbar. Done. I hate when I do that.
Back in one piece. That's a release. How did you fare, Noon? Ah, this is what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was owed, alright. Though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I'd not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top, but to sell us all short in favor of those gods-forsaken goblins. You do well to mind yourself around that two-guild cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you.
Well, I get a new axe out of it. Right. Right, now, where's the next oh, here.
Blast. At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had a black loam. Just a bit could send our stocks soaring. I'll bet Herr Rothweed knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard.
There she is. That Garkan's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind if you don't get trampled upon by the orcs that dwell there. What's you 3 bushels worth? Take the black loam to Attill's rest. He'll know what to do.
Well, I can't pronounce these frickin' Rogadine names. Fuck this shit.
If I had boomerang, I'd do it, but... Wounded Aurochs, done. See, I only did one pirate earlier because that was like, you know, I wasn't going to aggro Mutt. I just aggroed him and he was part of the hunting log. Had it been any other enemy that wasn't on the hunting log, I probably would have ran for it.
Even the weeds wither and die on this desolate dirt. But a bit of this black room ought to change all that. Haven't seen any in ages. Gathering black room's not for the weak of will, nor for the weak of stomach, eh? Don't tell me Gorkhan and Rodrid have neglected to mention where black room comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Auroch's lair, of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that your efforts have brought us to Blackloam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you.
And now I'm level 8? No, level 9.
Confounded pirates. They know nothing of tilling, only killing. Stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself, if I hadn't sworn to Stilvan that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools, and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown.
Well, that's easy enough. Oh! Look at that! Bloodbath time! And here I was thinking I wouldn't get another 2 for my hunting log. Okay, that's it. Got what I came here for.
I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Good to see the tools back and in serviceable condition. Which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Despite him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. I couldn't care less if the wastrel doesn't work. But when he consorts with court purses that take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Stalvern ought to know what sort of scallywag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you?
I'll do it. Do I want to? No, but... But at least it's a close run. Can't wait till I have my mount. Oh, excuse me. It's all that gas.
Pirates making off with our tools. Trevor did well not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. But I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished.
Well, that's good.
I've come to expect a great deal from you, lad, and you've never once let me down. Yet what I'd ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Would you hear my plea all the same? It eases my mind to have your ear. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came from him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off, with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damned, but when last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping you might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cub bites me every chance he gets, but I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. I suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, I'd rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, I'd try asking Hendreda, the Aetherite. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he's headed.
Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woldrisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sod said I should join them. I told him I'd rather shrivel up and sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure and give him a cuff round the ear for me, will you?
Oh, I'll give him more than that. I'll shove my foot up their ass. Especially for making me run this far.
Of all the dirty, deceitful, downright dastardly deeds that slippery bastard's done, claiming to take the lads out for a drink, only to lead us straight into a bloody trap. It don't get no lower than that. Of course, I've learned to stay a step ahead of old Severin, so I was ready, but the others weren't so lucky. You've got to help them.
Yeah, now how do I get over? Oh, there. I did not know that was there. Seriously.
My axe may as well have been a white flag for all the good it did. Hope you fare better, or the sorry bastards in there are all done for.
Alright, time to do this once again.
Severin might have got us into this mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be he and that conniving bastard's debt. To arms!
A true knave. You betray even yourself, Severin. Ugh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. Few are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice. You will not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it may be, we shall take it. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I might smite mine enemies. No, 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 no. Fuck! Not another goddamn golem. These things. You are strong, but are you strong enough to withstand this? Impossible! Never has the golem been so sorely tested! The golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer.
The snake slithered away. I am only glad that he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you.
And now for a flashback.
Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lominsan factions. Whom, then, do they serve? The Beast Tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagin and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone 2. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louis Soir foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring out more true. Never did I dream I would possess the means to see Aether. Yet now that I do, I do begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here, for you. Have you come for the festivities? Today the Maelstrom officially makes a great hole in the sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations. Wait, a disturbance in the etheric flow. But whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps? What have we here? Can you walk? 'Tis I. Regrettably, no. He eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stelvern will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray, pay the man a visit. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Ishtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the aether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament.
I'd say I owe you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. 'Tis a debt I can never repay, but I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms and I'll face the consequences.
For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross, farewell.
You know what? Seeing as how I don't want to run all that way, I'm gonna make this like a one-time thing. But I will do more once I frickin' get my mount.
Lo, I knew you'd return. Each told us delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. A draw to the Sahagan. 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fish black splunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see? But the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Lominsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagan masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home. Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here. And word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. That wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy sulling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last, of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no argument from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. Anyway. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There'll always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt still, then. I owe you a debt too, Vapa. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this. Tell Barteron what's happened from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, son.
I should probably do a fade or two before I make my way back to, how much is this rewarding me? Yeah, that should be more than enough.
Bloody hells. Life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. The Yellow Jacket in his hands out the punishments is a good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute with the lad sentence from hanging to keel hauling. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with ye. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything old Stilvan asked of ye and more, justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lad. As for your reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowning wench of mine. How do you fancy keeping her company for a spell, with free room and board? Venturing's a trying business, after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for ye, so make use of it. Not that you'll have much time for lying around, what with all the levs you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for the levs. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folks will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tomokri a shot whenever you feel like making a few extra gil.
Should always have some task or other for you to do. Oh, it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here. Unlike some pirates I could mention, I tell ye, if it turns out they had aught to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 L's to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhap that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wrench's hospitality. And you now have recommendations, blah, 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 blah. And Brutal Swing, which is a stun technique. Well, we'll retire to an inn room and call it a night. Well, call it a quest line. So far, so good so far. Anyways. Alright. We're gonna lay down and we're gonna log out and we'll see you next time in Olda. Kruznik, out.